Alright, hello everybody, welcome to VRML on this final day before we have a break week for the next several. I'm Palidore, I'm in my vacation suit, I'm ready to go fishing. Not really, but I'm happy to be here. Got a couple matches in a row for you, starting off with Cookie Commanders versus Project Phoenix, followed by Tyro NA versus Sirens. So sound the sirens, sound the horns. We're getting going real soon. So happy to have you guys here. Let's see, we got the Twitch chat, or the Twitch polls up there for the Twitch chat. See, Chemist stopping by, Steels, what a great deal. Jessica Cat, Portmanteau, person of taste, and a Portman Echo on that. Also got Wallenbees. I really should be wearing these more so I can see and not be lurching over my keyboard. And Ryzen Dash, as well as Nyquin VR. Mighty Quinn? Name change? Or is there a Nyquin and a Mighty Quinn? Either way, mighty fine to have you here. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. No Nyquil. It's gonna be exciting. Jake the Snake also stopping by from Channel 2 now to Channel 3. I was hanging out over in Channel Deuce, the Cool Kids Club. But now I'm here in Channel 1, so this is also the Cool Kids Club. I like being a cool kid. I'm making up for lost time, all those years in school. Anyway, Sputnik Cobra with the Doritos, the chips. I clearly missed something in the last cast because I caught the tail end of it in terms of the Twitch chat. I have no idea what happened. But it was like there was a big war that went on. The World War chip. World War dip. World War cheese. That's what I was looking for. I knew there was some pun in there. Just had to find it. Oh yeah, I missed World War cheese. No idea what happened. I just saw the leftovers, and the leftovers were quite delicious. Nonetheless, yeah, we went live, or we were live just the last hour, 15 minutes ago even. So, you know, for wherever you were joining, Channel 1, Channel 2, I'm just glad you're here as we close out our first cycle, the first half of the season. Anyway. Yeah, Nyquin, you are indeed a cool kid. Nyquin, like NyQuil. Gotcha. I'm just asking because there's another chatter who stops by fairly regularly, usually in the more later nights, whose name is Mighty Quinn. And, you know, my Quinn, Nyquin, I thought there could be a relation, is all I was getting at. But you are your own individual, and I respect that. Glad to have you. Good team. You should. Yeah. Absolutely. Anytime you can team up with players who help make your what's the word? Your roster symmetrical, right? Or at least thematically similar. It's always a better thing, right? It's like when I was teaming briefly before I kind of switched up to casting. When I was going to team with Dash and Wit in Season 1, could have been between me and Dash at least, DoorDash, yeah, for instance. Or of course, the fact that Eclipse was just the LIP was kind of my team's names in the middle there, the initialisms, if you will. I like it. It makes sense to me. I was who else? What? There was someone else there. I'm drawing blanks. It was another good one though. Oh yeah, there was a player named E-Pump back in the day, one of the OGs of Echo Arena also. Haven't seen him quite a bit, but we talked about if we teamed up, we could be E-Pompador? Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, look, casting is already fun as it is, but when you can throw in wordplay into the mix and creative names, it makes it all the better. All the hungrier sometimes, because there's a lot of people with food-themed names in the game. I mean, we already see one in blue here, Mozzarella. Lots of matza. Smooth Riding stopping by. Calling out Ecoholics there. Yeah, that's kind of a food, I guess. I am indeed, though, an Ecoholic. I guess we all are, right? Or else, why would we still be here after all this time? Because Echo's just that dang good. That's right, I said it. Dang. Fire me, Dakin. Dang. Yeah, anyway. Let's see. Cuckoo Head stopping by again. Hoping, making your weekend all the better. Dance with me, sir. Dance with me. Or don't. Disclaimer, I am not a dancer. Anyway. B-Love also stopping by in the chat. Shout out to, I think that's B-Love, right? Yes. My eyes were not deceiving me. What's up, B-Love? Good games earlier on. Congrats on the win. Hope you're enjoying your weekend and enjoying my Hawaiian shirt. You know, when I bought this shirt, it was honestly in honor of Strembitsky, to be honest about it. He had this legendary Hawaiian style shirt that he wore back at the Leicester land for VRL ESL in 2018. I think it was 2018. Anyway, one of my favorite shirts of all time of any Echo player. So when I saw this on the rack, I bought it purely for the Strem factor. No cap. Raijin saying, can't see the other team's names. I know. I'm not sure why that is. Unfortunately, it's not something I can really fix at the moment. I assure you, they do have a roster. But yeah, for some reason, the rosters in particular are not appearing, but the other stats should be accurate there, I think. Yeah, put these back on again. There we go. Yeah, I finally found them. They were lost for a year and a half. I didn't even have them for the land in Virginia. Saw Sputnik in there earlier, and he knows. He was half suspecting I stole his glasses. Not really. But, you know, I was glasses-less for that week that I was there in June. Because I could not find them. And guess where I found them? In the place that I already looked a bunch of times that they usually are. I've got ghosts in my room, okay? So... Let me see. Discord, make sure I did ping them in the right place, and it looks like I did, so. Not sure what the holdup is, but we're ready to go as soon as they are. I'll just, let me ping them one more time, just in case, because we do have another match also in about half an hour. There we go. Sorry, no, it's the awkward stare into the camera or keyboard. Cannot talk and type, though. Anyway. Wallenby's screwed it up. Sorry, what did you screw up? What did you screw up? My hair. Besides my hair, you screwed up my hair. Sputnik still can't find the glasses. Unfortunately. You know, honestly, I probably need new ones, though. I've had these for like 10 years or something. I mean, they still work. I mean, it's better than going without, but that said, I probably need a new script as well. Alright, let's see. Back into the match here. Also, shout out Pyro Games UK. What's up? You doing okay? Andy, are you okay? Sputnik, are you okay? Are we okay, Sputnik? Here we go. Bobby Pulse with the stun out here, and a couple of dislodged discs will result in the goal and maybe an immediate crash. Bobby lost the pulse. That is not a very fortunate way to start this round in our last, at least last North American stream of the evening. I should see my optometrist yearly. I should, but there's a lot of things that I should do that I simply don't have the energy for, man. That's alright. But we've been struck by a smooth Raiden. You know, shame on me for not finishing that. I saw smooth in the chat, and yet I didn't finish out the rest of the lyrics. But we did. We're good. We're badder than ever. Alright, let's go. 2 points on the board off of that very interesting start in the immediate timeout. Let's see if they can react. There's Bobby Pulse. Someone gave him CPR, so back in the mix, and not a problem. J-Dub over to that right tunnel, and Bobby now passing it over to the left lane. Silent Cowboy takes it away, has the pass just below, hitting Queen Maddie there. Remember Queen Maddie from the chat yesterday? Wasn't sure if it was Mad I Love or Maddie. Confirmed, it's Maddie, and they're gonna be mad about that because it dings off the ding ring. Picked up there by Joey Boy, off to Destin. I said that like a New Yorker, and then that was Destiny being hit there, and well, unfortunately, it looks like, by Queen Maddie on the way in. Nonetheless, 4 points on the board, going to the boys in blue. Ding, ding, ding. I'm walking here. Exactly. Alrighty, so on this launch, J-Dub out to that left side, tunnel, Silent Cowboy, over to Queen Maddie, trying for the back pass, but misread, misconnected, disconnected, all the other words. You piece enough prefixes and suffixes together, you'll get a word eventually. That's my philosophy. Silent Cowboy down to the boot, though, overtaking Maddie, trying to pass that over to Bobby on the cut, but again, just barely off on that connection, so Papa Tuna is going to take the disc, send it over there. And over yonder they will go as a rebound maybe about to be had there. Mozzarella, and they are lots on the points. 6-0. Additional shoutouts to Jessica Cat, as well as Wallenby. Anytime I mention bees, it's a little bit of a traumatic thing for me. Story for a different day, though. Only half joking. Anyway, bouncer up into the bubble. Another turnover. This could be some bad news. Bears bearing down. It's Destin with a goal. They're up by 8 points. So these teams here in Cookie Commanders are on Silver Division, as well as Project Phoenix. That is correct over there. 7-4 record for Cookie, and a 6-5 record for Project Phoenix. So, continuing on here on this stream, again, we've got 2 matches for you all up in a row. We might have some OCE matches later on. It's pretty dang late, I admit, but then again, I was also up until 4 a.m. last night casting OCE, and they were some stellar matches. So, you know, be on the lookout if you are a night owl or from OCE or even waking up in EU tomorrow morning. We might have some more for you, but right here we got some passes, but going to be intercepted there by Mozzarella. Mozzarella down the floor. Picking it up is Papa Tuna. We got cheese and we got fish. I'm not sure about that combo, but they do make a good roster, at least thus far, because they're up by 8 points, shutting out the orange side of Cookie Commanders. Now Papa Tuna over to the aforementioned Cheese Man, bringing in the big cheese and take a picture. It's Queen getting that out of there. The thickets of the defense now piling on. They do it twice! J-Dub! And that is a defensive dub for them, if nothing else. Stellar plays, but can they do it thrice is the question, because it's hanging around this midfield for a little bit too long. Agent Victoria, there is some more OCE, I believe. There's a few, yeah, on the schedule. So, no guarantees I'll stream it. I mean, I'll try. It's very late, though. Papa Tuna there on that send-off to Destin. Destin to the backboard, off the backboard to the boot. A short-range stack from Bobby and Silent are going to tap that back out into the midfield. It looks like an interception from Destin. And Destin to the sidewall. Papa Tuna with a pickup and back into the offense once more. 5 minutes 30 still left in this game. Scoreless yet, but a good dive. That would have been a guaranteed goal had it not been the quick reflexes and recognition from J-Dub. Those passes connect right in front of the goalie like that, they're nearly impossible to save. So we'll be sent out there left lane, back into the orange field. There's a goal that's just about to be covered, and it's a number situation putting on the brakes. It's Papa Tuna, dab, dab, dab. And oh man, 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 I'm mad. Not really, I'm Pally. But with that, 10-point lead. Strong efforts here. Out of the way for Project Phoenix. They don't even need Ashes to rise. They started out on the rise. They are looking good in this first round. Silent Cowboy picks it up, sends it over to the player there, Bobby Pulse, by that trap. Bobby doing some dancing, I guess bobbing and weaving, if you will. But meanwhile, passing back to Bobby. Bobby with a duck. Bobby with a pass. And now a dive from Joey. Like a Joey. Shout out our OCE folks. See, I got the lingo. It's J-Dub, though, with a disc. Trying to dubstep out, but not a dubstep disc. It's going to be missed and taken back here at the trap as the players try to pile on with the stacks. Grabbed by Mozzarella. Mozzarella right through that orange field, and that's going to go into the bubble where it awaits the rebounded play. Maybe a perfect setup if they get there first for blue, but they're unable to. So back to the midfield it shall be. Now Joey Boy down the floor. Kind of ricocheted bounce. Heading over there to J-Dub, picked off by Mozzarella. What a swell fella, and what a swell goal. Destin, right in time before the stun, gets it in. They're up by 12. And right now, this game and Twitch chat is buzzing. 4 minutes is a long time, says Nyquin. Exactly, so cannot fall asleep, isn't that right? We gotta, they gotta recognize that they still have time to get something on the board. They still have time to find their rhythm. If not for now, then for the later. Second round, of course. You got to get going eventually, and all it takes is one goal. You know, one shot is all it takes. To quote Dua Lipa, you just need that two-pointer, that first shot, close range even. You know, get something nice and easy, or at least relatively speaking, to get those engines revved. That's all you need. All you need. Bobby Pulse there, being stunned, though, by Destin. Short range stack into the grab for Papa Tuna, and that's going to be cleared out of there. 3 players all in the midfield, though, for the orange squad. Cookie Commanders able to get the control right back for them. 2:40 remaining in this round. Now, Bobby Pulse from that tunnel being bothered by the defense of Papa Tuna. Papa trying to send them to the room. That's my job. Only one dad around here. Mozzarella, though, with a disc. Also, no, I'm not actually dad. With a throw off into the corner. Could it be a shot from that slice? No, but a rebound will still be just as good from Destin. They're up by 14 points now. What a start. Ooh, we're back to the cookie talks there in the chat. To continue the themes from yesterday, I think it was, right? Oatmeal cinnamon chip. That sounds delicious. Oatmeal's pretty good. I love me some cinnamon. I'll eat cinnamon toast crunch out of the box. Okay, I love cinnamon. It's good stuff. Who needs milk? Not me. not just because I'm kind of lactose. But right now, Orange team, they lack goals, and that needs a change here in the next minute and 40. You don't want to start off round 2 without a score, without having something work out for you on offense, because you want to be able to go in at least a little more confident. And if they can get some scores here soon, I mean, they'll still be fine, I think, for the next rounds. Like a lot of time, as Knight was saying. Now over on to Bobby Pulse. Bobby hitting Cowboy there, and hey, in it goes for the rodeo. First 2 points took them about 9 minutes. But at the same token, that's just in time, because now they don't have to go into the intermission, to the between round period, without anything to build off of. They can take that positively. So yeah, here we go, there we go, says Pyro. Now we're talking about biscuits. What was that? What was the name of that one Australian snack cake? I forgot the name of it. Papa Tuna up top from the shoulder. Gonna drop it in. Nice and easy. Had defense on him, but was not looking panicked. So very poised was Papa. Papa Poise. Perpoise? Porpoise. Tuna. There's a lot of sea-themed wordplay in that name. Anyway, which one? I can't remember. It was some sort of biscuit or bread. It was like a bread with frosting or something on it. I just described it like, it sounded like a cupcake to me, but it had a certain name. And people were shocked that I have not had it and saying that I should. It was not Marmite, that much I can guarantee. That shot with the arm might cause some harm, but no, it's the end of the first round. 16 muscular points, I guess. That didn't come out the way I wanted it to, but it's coming out with strength. They muscled their way in. This is my first look at the Phoenix here, Phoenix team, Rising Phoenix. My second look at Cookie Commanders this weekend. And I was just saying this last stream over on Channel 2 as well, that it's always a question for teams who maybe have not been streamed as much or at all. If there's going to be added pressure. Now, both these teams have been streamed for Cookie Commanders a few times. This is only the second match here casted for the Phoenix squad. So it's always a question as well when you're a not oft-casted team, that is there going to be some outside X factors in your head, that mental game. You're going to be thinking about the people at home watching and enjoying their weekend and seeing how you perform, scrutinizing every little play, magnifying every little mistake, Not the case. Not the case here for these teams, and not the case especially for Rising Phoenix, because they showed up and they are playing quite well. Quite well indeed. Dimwee's favorite is definitely dirty or nutty. I really need some context on that. Let me scroll up a little bit here. Just talking cookies again? I gotcha. I don't think it was a Lamington Agent Victoria. I don't think it was that. Can't remember what it was, honestly. Oatmeal Raisin is a top 5 cookie. I don't disagree, honestly. I don't mind Oatmeal Raisin at all. I mean, I like oatmeal. Raisins are another question. I can do without the raisins, okay? I'm just going to throw that out there. But it's not bad. I'll still eat it. Preferably just without the raisins. Tim Tam, that's the one. You got it. Favorite word. Gotcha, Pyro. Actually, now with context, I thought you were talking about cookies. Granted, I don't know who wants a dirty cookie, but like a nutty cookie I can understand. Favorite word, though. I think I have to have a talk with Dimwee. Although I agree, yeah. Dirty is a favorite. Nutty is a favorite. I think one of my favorite casting words, I don't know, I have a bunch. I have a bunch of favorite casting phrases. Something makes me happy. Good aesthetic play. Beautiful. Gorgeous. That's my go-tos, I guess. I don't know. Skinny being fired, that's a classic. That will never be old. Skinny was fired before he was born. Fun fact. Not a lot of people know that. He was actually fired before his birth. It was a weird situation. The mother was not happy, but such is life. Yeah. Anyway, Skinny's fired again on that note, wherever he is. Too bad. Should rap during the break? Maybe. Yeah, we got a little bit of intermission here. Looks like the team's opting for a timeout, which is perfectly allowed. We're about halfway through it, 2 minutes in, so they got some time. Skinny on his way to the Challenger Cup, yeah, next weekend. So, exactly, we got some exciting times coming up. Again, that's why I'm in my vacation shirt, my Strembitsky shirt, because we got a few days of rest, of break, but not too soon. We're going to have a couple days of hype over the weekend for sure. So definitely be on the lookout for that, you know, on VRML 1, 2, 3, and venues as well. So we'll be all over the place. It'll be fun. It will be fun. Version 1 is bad team, right? So what? Who's bad team? Talking about me again? Fired. So let's see, about a minute and a half remaining on this round intermission, at least at most. And in the meantime, I want to shout out, of course, our great sponsors in HyperX, Styrian Products, Rebuff Reality, VRware, ProTube VR, and VR Cover. When it comes to the community, they've got you covered. See, I make these company slogans up on the fly. Should get a bonus for that one. Or at least like a Twitch sub or something. Not from you guys, but like from them. You know what? Never mind. Get Dr. Pepper sponsorship. The thing is, I've been sticking with cranberry juice like a lot the last month and a half or so. It's very good. I've had a total of 1 glass of Dr. Pepper. No, 2 glasses of Dr. Pepper this last month. It's actually horrid. Horrible of me. Anyway. I don't know. Tangent. HyperX mic. Yeah, cool. I still have mine as well, as well as my headphones. I mean, and my keyboard as well. You can't see that on stream exactly, but I also use a keyboard there. 10 keyless, in fact. Save the space. Although I do miss the numpad sometimes, but you know. Anyway, so what's everyone else up to? Like, what do you guys do during your break week? For that matter, like, are teams planning on actually taking a break during break week, or will people be still busy scrimming? I'm assuming the latter. I mean, 5 weeks into the season, I don't know. Breaks are nice here and there, but I'm just curious if anyone's actually going to take it. Official matches or no official matches. Scrubbing footage for video. Gotcha, Doug. Shout out to Doug, the world famous in Echo Arena. The fish, at least. I know you might not be Doug the Fish, but the name itself is very famous. Grinding some practice with Phoenix, good stuff. Although you gotta be careful, Snowman, because Phoenixes tend to heat up, and that does not bode well for one made of snow. Nonetheless, the round has started, and here we are, 30 seconds in. It's going to be grabbed by J-Dub. J-Steel as well in the area, but intercepted by Joey Boy. Hopping about, sending it to the cloud. Papa Tuna from up top, Batuna, and seeing if they can take a two-step Batuna into the boot. But taken back by J-Steel. J-Steel with a perfect clear, picture perfect in fact, but quickly on the stacks was Mozzarella and Papa, and down the floor once more. Really important here for the Cookie Commanders after that first round loss where they were kind of struggling to score and even get it into the blue field quite enough. Important for them to start off with some good signs, good rhythm, and just execute some plays. Whether set plays or just reactive plays doesn't really matter, but going for those fundamentals, you know, those passovers, I mean, that one would have been perfect, just unfortunately outside the reach. And sometimes those anchors, those anchor grabs on this can mess you up a little bit, right? You kind of fling yourself just an inch further off than you might have intended, and then suddenly it's a missed disc. That said, a missed disc from the divers will supply a goal opportunity, but missing off of the ding ring. And that is unfortunate on the start, but much more fortunately, they've got the recovery. And Cookie Commander's trying, but unfortunately not delivering, so trying to heat up here in that oven, but showing no lovin' on the blue end of the floor as they send that back out into the orange sea, or at least closely enough. Destined by that mail slot above the nest, and that's going to be picked up at the sidewall by Mozzarella. Silent Cowboy, though, saying absolutely not, Pally. Don't speak as if you are Raven, because that's so not right. Back into the blue side of the floor, Joey Boy taking it over. Mozzarella now picking it up. Scoreless here, stalemated in the first minutes of this round. That'll be picked up by J-Dub. Now over to the midfield, Silent Cowboy. Checking behind and just seeing how much time they have to work with. So that stack is coming, and Cowboy is ducking. But Papa getting there just in time, still yet to cause a turnover. So opportunity, that's a tough angle. I mean, that might bounce in, but the defense is there to deny it. Silent Cowboy. Getting loud, getting proud, getting the goal, though, is Destin. 2 points. And first 2 points out of that took a couple minutes.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Pyro Games asking if there's lag. Good question. I don't see anyone else mentioning it, but yeah, if you guys are seeing any like persistent, consistent kind of lag issues with the stream, let me know. I do happen to be streaming in 1080, so maybe that might be the difference maker, either on my end or on your internet. For the most part, I haven't heard of too many issues aside of like really occasional lag spikes. But that said, wow, spiking it, saving it, Joey boy. They went in with some aggressiveness on that offense, and yet it was saved. Not often you see a save from that close up, not squeezed through somehow. But that said, Papa Tuna! Oh no! The Tuna, go fish! He's out of here. And back in. All right, so that's a good sight to see as Mozzarella sends it back to Papa, and they pop off. 4 points. A lot closer of a round. Nyquin saying it's kind of laggy. Okay, so actually on that note, for anyone who does say it's kind of laggy or a little bit of lag, can you click on the little cog in the video player and like switch it to, you know, lower resolution? Does that make a difference, or are you talking like frame rate drops or something like on my end? Just curious, let me know. Kind of a test in progress, I suppose. As a disc gets loose here, maybe the first goal. Wow, no, still denied. So many opportunities where they've been within a couple feet of that goal. Again and again, though, they keep being denied. Seems like that goal is just being capped off with a cork or something, because they have been within feet of that on, I feel like 4, 5, 6 different occasions in the last 5 minutes here alone of this round. So really tough goings here for the Cookie Commanders trying to get back into the mix. There's a good dive from Silent Cowboy, and they're going to send it off into the midfield. And for that matter, Queen Maddie was in the area to bother that midfielder to deny them that disc initially. But trying to heat up, as I said, as Jessica also notes in there, indeed. Don't want half-baked, we want twice-baked. Throwing those potatoes if they can and hitting the mark. That's certainly what they've been doing, and softly is Papa Tuna. Never known tunas to be delicate creatures, but that was a delicate dish. It's 6 points on the board for Project Phoenix.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Pyro saying lower to 720. It's much clearer. All right, good to know, good to know. Yeah, that's the thing. I know it's kind of a balance, right? Because until we're partnered here on this channel, we can only do so. That's one of the reasons, anyways, that we do a 900p. Another reason was like for hardware concerns in terms of streaming, but it's not as much of a concern now as it was, you know, a couple of years ago. That said, until we're partnered, we can't actually guarantee that we have those extra encoding options available for like 720. So that's the problem, especially if there's like big matches. We don't necessarily want to risk shutting out people from watching. So, I don't know. It's a balance. It's a balance, but I understand why people also want 1080p, so we shall see. Anyway, into the recovery here. 6 points uncontested. The thing is, there's still plenty of time to work with in this round. I mean, 6 points is nothing in the grand scheme of things, but certainly for a team here in Cookie Commanders who've just not been able to get the offense going despite having some opportune drives. It's just by the minute that pressure actually mounts even more. Kind of a difficulty multiplier of sorts as another dive here. And I will compliment for Cookie Commanders. They've been heady on these diving plays, but you know, you can only defend for so long before this turns into a goal one way or the other. Mozzarella trying to make it happen. What a good placing hit. Well-placed hit. Grammar. Mozzarella. 2 Twice baked cookies and Smoking cookies? I've never heard of smoked cookies before. I'm intrigued. I just didn't know that was a thing. But again, I'm not a cookie connoisseur, so take my words for what they're worth. I've got a lot of them. Destin with a disc here has some time for a clear. That'll sail into a mozzarella. Back into the trap. Couple players meeting each other. An immediate fling might have been good had it not been for the barrier. The old sneeze guard, as Sputnik likes to call it, or at least liked to call it at one point in history. But let's see what they've got up their sleeve. There's a magical save there from J-Dub, playing those angles very well. The hand in the right area, but a rebound and another attempt, and a ding once again. So same results. Flung out of there, trebuchet style by Silent Cowboy. And creating some chaos, creating a turnover. Silent Cowboy is going to send that down the floor. Less than 2 minutes remaining as it gets up here into the cloud once again. And over on to J-Dub. So J-Dub down the lane. That's going to be picked off by J-Dub once more. They've got a lineup on a pass, a couple of passes actually on the cross. They may have some numbers if they continue pushing and don't anchor down. And you know what? They will throw down. J-Steel, man. Stealing away the first couple of points out of that blue goal. Still a minute and 25 remaining. It's a mountain to climb in the context of the pace of this match. So it will be difficult, but still yet, they do get some points on the board. And even in win or loss, the point differentials, they matter just as much. Well, not just as much, but they do matter, is the point. Picked off here by Silent Cowboy, and Silent sends it down the floor. So here it goes, their opportunity if they can find a stack. That's the key, because that goal is open and ripe for the taking, but just floating around a little too much and not able to find their regrabs in time. And again, for those joining, we have one more match here in North America right after this one. In the gold division, I do believe, and thereabouts. Tyro NA versus Sirens. That will be immediately following this one, as it will be another ding dunk from Papa Tuna. So place gently right in that top pocket, and Papa Tuna, like I said, popping off and is very tuned up. What's up to chicken eggs and chicken doodle? I'm hungry. Let's make some chicken noodle. A J Steel up high to Silent Cowboy. Silent Cowboy, one last drive. Couldn't find the open goal. Well, not open goal, but the available points. Again, words. So 2-rounder taken by Project Phoenix. Looking pretty solid in this debut, at least on my end. First time I've gotten to cast them, and only their second time overall, but they were looking pretty calm and collected overall. So, well done, well done. Off to the score screen there, courtesy of Ignite. VR.GG. I'm going to be on silent now because I'm going to try and get into this next match here rather quickly. So stay tuned. We'll be back with your second and final match of the North American leg of Sunday.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Chickadoodle. Just want you to know, I took a drink. Thank you very much. Alright, everybody. Well, welcome back to VR Master League, and for one final time, at least here on the North American leg. I'm Palidore. This is VRML. Welcome back. Winding it down here for... I said that really cowboy style. Winding it down here for the final match of North America in Cycle 1. Unless anything really last minute gets scheduled. In which case, if it does... Asked it. No pressure, though. Anyways, currently planned to be the last North American match here of the cycle before our break week next week. We'll have a full week without matches except for the Challenger Cup, of course, next weekend. You want to tune in for that. Among the top Diamond teams in North America and Europe, as well as the bottom couple Master teams who are trying to fight for their right to stay in Master Division there in the Challenger Cup next week. And for the rest of the league, like I said, it'll be a week of breaks or note-taking or scrimming or VOD review. I know I saw some of that earlier. Whatever you do with it, you got some hype coming up along in the next weekend, and then we'll be back for the second half of this season. And of course, keep in mind as well that's for the Master Tier, the top 4 ranked teams in each division, or in each region of EU and NA, they'll get their share of that $1,700 prize pool for the cycle. And yeah, I mean, putting in a little extra incentive where we can, always a good thing. Rowdy Artifact in there, yeah, I can always rely on you, again, complimenting my 5'10" height, making me feel like a tall boy. Always appreciate it. It's kind of a strange compliment, and yet one that I appreciate more than you think. Got a lot of Tyro fans in the chat, by the way. I was noticing the last several minutes stopping by. Always good to see the crowd support. I know we have Tyro NA, obviously, but there's also a Tyro EU. I admit I don't understand, like I don't know the whole relationship behind the scenes there and exactly how connected it is, but yeah, it's got some interregional teams. I know on the OCE side of things, as we've covered in recent days, we also have reserve teams, right? You have like Invictus and then Invictus reserves, Dark Reapers and then Dark Reapers reserves. So you know you got that community collaboration there, even across multiple teams sometimes, which is kind of cool, kind of unique. I like it. I dig it. Now just waiting on one more player from Tyro here to get here. Obviously, goes without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyways. We got Luke over there captaining and playing tonight. Going in, I know as Twitch chat was pointing out, we're gonna get to see Luke from the opposite end this time. Normally, he's where I'm sitting right now. Figuratively. Literally would be very uncomfortable. But figuratively, he's right where I'm sitting usually, here on Channel 1, right in this little spot on the stream. But this time around, I get to be the one to scrutinize with my special eyes. My brand. Because indeed, casting is my brand. These days. Also, appreciation for the hydration. Again, Chickadoodle. Keeping me all kinds of fresh for the cast. Always an important thing for us casters, yes. Indubitably. Anyway. Who else is in there? Saw Soggy Budding Snack stopping by. See Reddit stopping by. Glad to have you there. Your name's a bit long, but glad you're here. And Boltoon. Boltoon boys? Yeah. Boltoon. Welcome to it. Matt Miko also. Luck or 1UC. You know, I actually had this conversation with him. I don't know what he says on the streams if anyone's asked him, but yeah, so it's spelled 1UC, but it's pronounced like that's his name, like his name. So, yeah, it's kind of a little wordplay in itself. It's spelt 1UC, but if you're talking to him, he's Luke. Fun facts. Show you Papa Tuna. Says lard hair. That was last stream. You can go see Papa Tuna again, though, if you go and rewind it. Go back to the VODs. If you click our profile and the Twitch here, somewhere below, and go to the videos tab, even though this stream hasn't ended yet, you actually still can watch the stuff that's already happened before I end the stream. Just a quick tip, because I know a lot of people still come into the chat sometimes and asking when they, end the stream, Pally, I want to watch my VOD. You can do that. Don't even have to have me leave. Maybe that's just a polite way of people getting me to leave. I don't know. But yeah, you can go watch it there. That was that last match there that we just streamed. And this one will be our last match again of North America tonight. Cat sneezed in Losum's face. Well, that's not good. Was it Spoiled Cat? Just casted Spoiled Cat yesterday. Well, that's unfortunate. I know Dimwee always has cat issues. Well, not always, but sometimes on the streams. Right before we go live, the cat will jump up on the keyboard or something like that. I, for one, have no cats. I have no hat. I have some raps, and how about that? Round one is about to start, so buckle up, folks. We're going in. Smooth ride and cheer it on. Tyro, Knight there, saying... just as much. Let's go. This will be interesting. We've got Luke here with some stuns, and already that is some official abuse from our casters. That's at least one suspension. But Luke starting things off here, again captaining this team in Tyro. Back into the other end of the floor, though. Peachy for the Sirens, acquiring and firing down that floor. If they can stack in, they'll have an open goal. See, it's a close race. One going into the goal to defend. That's Knight. Here on the Tyro roster. Over on that pass, well read though. Krizo trying to cause all kinds of disruption and does so fairly well. So that's going to be a turnover thanks to that. Now boosting on the floor, quicker to the stacks. It's looking like Tyro's there, but still meeting them along the way is Sirens. Now over into the open goal, slapping it in, and Knight delivering upon the goal off a indirect assist from Arch. And on they march for the first two. Meanwhile, it's, let's see, Whispers over there in the Twitch chat, subscribing with Prime. 2 months now. Grateful to be here, and everyone enjoy these streams that these amazing casters cast for us, and VRML Season 4. Well, thank you. Appreciate that a lot. Obviously, anyone who tunes in on any given day, nights, or otherwise, it's always a big thing, and a big thing that I'm glad to have. And, supporting the casters, yes, but also supporting the teams just as much as anything. That's what it's all about. So I'm glad to see the compatriots for Tyro and Sirens in the Twitch chat supporting. And, yeah, thank you again for the subs. Much, much love. A Knight there overtaking the disc and sending it down the tunnel. Splitting off on some of these stacks. Will be grabbed only for a brief moment by West, NZ West. Be caught here by Knight. Knight in the front line, and once again trying to find a teammate there at the barrier, but unfortunately a bit astray, so it falls into the trap taken by Arch. Arch on the left lane, pass right back over to Luke just in time. There were some brawlers there contesting him. So not content with playing just in the bubble for the Sirens defense, they're pressuring outwards, and it's causing some disruption, to their credit. So grabbed here by Arch. Arch has 3 players attached, make that 2 now, thanks to some brawls in the midfield. Will be taken and cleared partially by Peachy. Couldn't get a lot of strength behind it, but Tater Tots will get maybe a goal. It's narrowly missed. Rebounded up top by a speeding knight in shining armor. We'll get a taxi ride as well on Luke. Actually gets hitched up there on the Geo, but still open goal, and Arch now putting it home. That's an 8-meter 3. 2 actually, 8-meter 2, excuse me, and 4-point lead. That was a good hit. Definitely a little bit killer that did not become a 3-point shot. It looked like it was good, but as we know, sometimes right on the edge of that bubble, sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. Sirens still trying to find their first couple of points here. Boltoon Boy is saying, thanks for dedicating so much time casting and giving great content. No problem. Look, the thing is, hold on, I'm gonna get back to this in a second. Okay, Tater Tot with the drive on there and bouncing off the pole. Now it's in the midfield. I can go to my non-casting voice for a second. I love that we're able to do that, okay? Because Echo used to not... For the first couple of years, it was not like that. We used to have only a couple of games streamed every week or 2. So it is the pride, it's the joy, and joy to find the goal. It's Chris, and they are looking crisp. 6 points. But yeah, I'm really happy that these days, not only are we really healthy as a league and on the scene, you know, just so many teams, around 400 and thousands of players, but the fact that teams of every rank, every day for that matter, can get streamed, get casted, have videos to review, can have people coming in the chat to watch, support, critique sometimes, or scout. But compared to having, you know, a few games casted once a week or once every 2 weeks, like it used to be, it's a nice thing that we're able to do, and it's all credit to the fact that we are a community-ran league with all our volunteers from the mods, all the way, you know, casters, the creators, the mods, the govs, the board. I mean, you know, top to bottom, we all are coming out of these games as players. So, big reason why we're able to do what we were able to do. Because, you know, money can buy a lot of stuff, but can't always buy, well, can't really buy the passion whatsoever. can't buy the passion or the knowledge that it takes to be dedicated enough to this game to be casting all the time and playing every week. So, special thing we're doing here, for sure. But anyway, timeout initiated. Not sure which team took it. I would assume it was Sirens, maybe just a tactical thing. No one had crashed or anything, so we're all good in that department. Meanwhile, on the other side, we'll check out Tyro, looking like they're strategizing here, using the mini-map. And Luke, who's definitely used to getting these wide looks at the arena from the caster's standpoint, now directing traffic as the coach, as a captain. Honestly, for all I know, they could be just messing with me. No one got him focusing on them, and they could be talking about nothing right now. Like, yeah, for dinner tonight, I had some macaroni and cheese. I heard Pally say it was Lemming's favorite, and I had to eat it because it's a dinner of champions. But no, instead, you know, the macaroni and cheese spilled, and I wasn't really feeling good about that, so we had to call this timeout to rediscuss and renegotiate our dinner etiquette. Because Luke wants to be a winner here. So far, they're looking good. Also, Tater Tots. Boltoon saying a bunch. Tater. Oh, there you go. Camera time. Tater time. Yeah. What are you going to do now that you're actually on cam, huh? See, you got my attention, but what are you going to do with it is the question. Don't make it awkward. You got to fill the dead air. Come on. I thought so. All right. Anyway. Sorry, I got distracted. Say, Boltoon was saying a bunch of retired players in the future will take the casting torch. Yeah, that's the hope, in a sense. I mean, you don't have to be retired to stream, to cast or create or otherwise participate in VRML on the org side of things. But yeah, I think for a lot of players, whether you're kind of retiring from comp play or you're just looking to take a break, things like that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do in the community. Even before VRML came around, A lot of people who otherwise stopped playing actively or competitively still stuck around in the Discord, still stuck around working on projects and chatting in servers and keeping up to date with each other and their lives and playing some other games outside of Echo, stuff like that. So it's a nice thing we've got going on here. One of the things I always like to say, and it's not something original to me necessarily, but just kind of a running theme, where like at the old Oculus Connects, 1, 2, 3, all that. One of the words that was used a lot was pioneer. And I know on one hand you can say maybe buzzword this or that, but honestly it's kind of true. Even right now, as much as VR has grown, I still think this is like the pioneer era of VR and the pioneer era of Echo. Back in the end of ESL, VRL Season 1, I was doing an interview. At the end of the season, I was saying something similar, like we should all be proud and kind of remember what we're doing right now because, through all the varying levels of participation, dedication, whatever, everyone who is involved in some way in what we're doing right now, in the game or in the league or otherwise, this is what we like to refer to, or will refer to in decades from now, as the good old days. Mark my words. So, not something to take for granted necessarily. Have fun while we're in it, but I guarantee you guys, when this continues to blow up and we all grow old and feeble, we're going to look back at these days as something special. Pioneer era. Good times. Have I ever had a Tim Tam? No, I have not. No, sir, ma'am. But yeah, that was what I was referring to earlier on, that Australian cake. And I'm not talking about Pam, wow, you know what I mean? But yeah, no. Have not had that cake. But I am very interested in trying it one day. Biscuit cookie. Oh, biscuit cookie, that's right. Well, I think I referred to it like as a cupcake because it has like frosting or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I will try it for sure at my first opportunity. So here we go, the continuity of this round after the timeouts. And trying to roll out with some success, putting on the brakes, but Knight losing the disc. Good communication. Oh, a save from Ice. That was nice, nice, nice. How often do you see an alley-oop save? I can't even believe that happened. That looked like it was in the goal. Unusual. A reverse Chicago. Which is... Australia? Is Australia on the opposite side of the world from Chicago? Maybe. I don't know. That said, a pass not reaching Arch thanks to the dives coming out. That was a great defensive stand, though. I'm still kind of hyped over that one. You do not see alley-oop saves directly in front very much. And another defense! I was right there, but unable to score. Wow, that was inches from the goal, and it floated there for what seemed like an eternity, even though it was only for a couple of seconds at most. But that is the name of Echo. 1 second seems like one lifetime sometimes, and online it's Arch with a shot. 8 points, but boy, did they have to work hard for it.
11, 10, 9,
Don't mind if I do, Ace. I will drink.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ah, yes. Cranberry. Very, very good. Thank you, sir, for the hydration. It has been thoroughly redeemed. Knight here trying to redeem another score for their team. Holding in this first round Sirens to 0 at the moment, but we'll see if that maintains. I don't expect it to, but anything can happen. Orange players, all 4 of them in fact, latched on and latched off. Picking up the disc, 1 stack maintaining in that back line, just waiting for that clear. But that said, a good takeback from Knight, saving what could have been an open 3 on the opposite side, but don't want to jinx it because that could still happen. That disc getting mighty, mighty lost. Back and forth, to and fro. Peachy into the bottom of the trap, slapping it down. NZ West recovers and also sends that down. Now the stacks lining themselves up. A few different players reaching that trap area, but Ice, Ice, looking like maybe some connection issues for just a moment, but we'll be back in the game, and Peachy back on the disc. Just hanging in the bubble there, waiting for that clear to come their way. NZ West down the floor. Nice shield there from NZ also. This might enable Tater Tots the goal! Oh no, that could have been their first points, but still going to be scoreless, and it's tough because the longer that 0 stays on the board, the more and more pressure that tends to build up, the more you're thinking about it. So that was definitely an opportunity lost, and now an opportunity found, but an off the pole ding ring once again. 8-0, it'll stay, but both teams now, ever since that timeout especially, it has been craziness here, inside and outside the bubble. Living La Vida Loca. Knight with a disc at bottom of the floor. Few pass fakes. Hesitation moves. Gentle pass below, and eventually reaching Luke. No, Tater Tots, a slinger. So Tater Tots now taking the disc, and that's going to be into the orange lane. Picked off by Arch, and Arch up the floor to Knight. Less than 3 minutes remaining in this first round. We just get a crash, unfortunately, so that is even worse for the side of Sirens. They need to start sounding the alarms and the sirens, because they're going to be 3v4. But that said, if they can score here, and talk about a momentum boost, got a chance to, but especially being down a player for the meantime, they definitely need to keep their stacks in order and keep in close proximity, because it's very easy to get stranded. They're doing just that right now, a little bit slow to the stacks, and that's going to open things up for a potential goal, but still unable to capitalize there for Tyro. A rebound to NZ West. Doing some windmills around there. Peachy and Crizzo. Everything is peachy here in the end of Tyro, despite some misses here in the last few minutes. They are still in firm control of this lead and firm control of this round. Criz with the shots. Another one that's narrowly off, but a rebound here will be had, and a quick fling, and actually capitalizes right through the wickets. And that is the ticket, I think, for this round. 10 points up for Knight, courtesy of Knight, who scored the first goal or two, and now just scored that last one. Rowdy's saying, can't believe it's 2 p.m. already. I beg to differ. It's 9 p.m. There's 9 of them here where I live. And right now, it looks like Tyro, they're living in the goal. They've just made the most out of this match. And not the offense as much, just specifically being able to hold Sirens down to 0 points. I mean, if you can deny a team that many opportunities, the offense almost comes naturally, right? Obviously, Sirens here just being frustrated by everything that Tyro's doing. So, the offense has been kind of a result of otherwise the fast and frantic pressure that Tyro has been frequently putting on here in this round. Now, for Sirens, they have had some chances at goals here and there. They do actually get their 4th player back right now. There's Ice stopping back into the match. So the round that is, will be over. But the game is still at least going to go on for another 10 minutes with a chance for one more too, and actually the first 2 at that for Sirens. A lovely passing play to end that round. Like a 1/10 of a second to spare at that, but victory nonetheless to Tyro. We've got some rounds to go. So making the way to the score screen here, courtesy of Ignite. I know no one redeemed another hydrate, but I'll take it. So yeah. Whew, been a good weekend, been a long weekend. A lot of matches here in the league. Definitely want to give a shout out while we're in intermission, not to show any favoritism, because you know me. I'm just, whoever's the underdog, I'll cheer on. But I do got to give props to Luke as well, because just on the casting end of things, he's definitely been killing it. And the first cycle put on something like 130 casts or some odd. So, along with Newton Dad as well. I know Newton has been doing a ton of casts. So yeah, great to see that activity. And just to kind of continue the theme we were talking about earlier on about casting and things like that, right? Luke, an active player, but also very active caster. Just as well joining our production leads team along with the likes of Newton and Dimwee and Doc and Subtlety. Just like I said, the participation is always great to see, so always appreciate the support. And wow, what a shot! Knight. Quite the delight. Look at that replay. Defense nearby? Didn't matter. Just go by. Ace saying the pink collar shirt. Yeah, well, exactly. That I wore this for a reason. Number one, as a tribute to Strembitsky, just because. Number two, because we are about to enter break week after today. No matches, no weekly matches for VRML, so I'm wearing my Gone Fishing shirt, my vacation shirt, you know? There's a method to this madness. Don't you worry. And a method to their madness, well, it's quickness. Knights again. Back-to-back scores in the first minute of round 2. Big hits, big highlights.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boltoon saying, wish devs would add more things like disc curve, having extra things to mess around with. I think disc curve is an option, or is that what you mean? Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Yeah, disc curve is like a thing, I think, in the private match settings, but... Knight here with a drive, looking for maybe, I'm not sure if that was an anchor shot, did have an alley-oop potentially, but was gonna be missed. Thrown over here, Krizo over to Knight. Knight gonna tap off this boot, it looks like, and it will be quite right. Luke also stunning Peachy there, and Peachy not quite happy about it, but couldn't do much about that, just disabled by Luke. Ace asking how's it a tribute to Strem? Because Strembitsky wore to the ESL Invitational back in Season 2, so 2018, June 2018. Wore a shirt not too dissimilar from this one that I'm wearing currently. A little bit of a different color, but it was very similar. Peachy, they're getting it out. I mean, that was an ambitious 3 to take from 9 or 10 meters deep, so Peachy's going to take that one nice and easy. Getting a good grab on it. But yeah, that's all. Because Strem wore that shirt, and that shirt was legendary, at least in my opinion. There's some pictures out there somewhere. It was a fun time, That was the first time I got to meet Strem in real life. To Knight, and Knight trying to take a slingshot. Now, I'd say for Tyro, they've got to be careful here. That's 2 shots in a row where they put some steez in those shots. They were a bit bold with the shots, but the thing is, if you're not treating your opponents, as the serious threats, you're gonna try and take those ones from a little bit far out and kind of the steezy shots. It could bite you in the booty by the end of it. Not that I'm one to discredit steez. It always makes for highlight plays, but just saying, in terms of Tyro, you gotta be a little bit careful, because if you have like a few of those lax plays in a row, those relaxed plays where you allow a defense to get a couple saves, like that builds that builds confidence in a team, right? In a defense. Just being able to get those stuns, those saves, and those clears, things like that. So for Tyro, they're looking really good so far across this match. And with an 8-point lead, they definitely don't want to give any wiggle room for Sirens to find any type of juice in that battery, That's what it comes down to. But definitely locking it down here is Luke, and Luke finding maybe a one-on-one play up top if that pass did connect to Knight. Knight trying to collect it off, and Knight's been just having quite the excellent game. Just even individually, really putting in a lot of points. Luke up here, and a lot of people piling up. Knight as well, coming away with a disc, but not able to find a clear angle on the goal. Defense, just hanging around in the bubble there for Sirens, trying to position themselves out. You see some man coverage on a couple of the players, but getting a little bit lost along the way as Arch finds that backboard touch, finessing it off the backboard for 2. 10-point lead. Jake Fox asking if this is the last game. This, yes, is the last game for at least North America. There are some streams in Oceania later on, much later on, like 8 hours from now, later on. I'm 50-50, we'll see. They may be streamed, but as far as, yeah, the North American and European games, I do believe this is it. So, we'll have the break week next week. No matches, no weekly matches, that is. And then Challenger Cup coming in the weekend. So clear into the midfield. Few players converging on each other. Knight able to knock it loose and make a breakaway, trying to hit this goal before the defense can recover. But recover they do, butting it out of there nicely. I believe that was NZ West going from north to south in a blink of an eye. And there's the disc blinking by. So need their stacks. That's one thing that can definitely help. You can make up for a lot of missed opportunities with pure speed, and almost doing so there was Peachy. Up top, it's going to be picked, popped, dropped, Arch. 13-point Baker's dozen, call it a Tim Tam. That's a solid lead they've got going on for Tyro now.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So one more joust here, but another turnover. Knight is just they're gonna start oh no. Arch with a headbutt play just because looking heady with it. I would say big brain play, but I think that just took a few IQ points off the dome. But nonetheless, that was a goal. That would mark, I think, maybe the 4th time now I've seen the headbutt 3 off of a 3-point shot. So hey, going for the highlight. All right, that's gonna be taken here by Tater. Tater Tots working up the floor, trying to stave off a Mercy if nothing else, and just get something working on the offense. The pass there attempted, but just missed. Players now fanning out on the floor. I mean, I like the positioning here for their team. See, they're on all sides of the floor. They have the passing avenues, and now got one stacked up here, actually, as they split off. But the defense playing pretty aggressively for Tyro. You see they had all these marks covered, all these lanes covered. The elevator doors closing on Tater. Another passing play to Peachy, but just off again, so they're going for the right ideas, but definitely Tyro's not making it easy. But easy does it. Tater Tots right in that pot. It's the first 2 points in round 2. And they've got themselves that score. There's still 3 minutes left.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
What's up to Shepherd / Danimal? Stopping by in the chat. How have you been, man? I have not heard from you in a little bit. I know I've also not been on channel 1 in general a whole lot this season. I've been on some of the other channels, but yeah, I've not been around on the stream, so I guess there's a lot of people I'm still catching up with. Point is, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And that shot, this could get them going some more. I mean, there's, you know, the time is not looking great, but there is still some clock to spend. And if nothing else, as always mentioned, the point differential still matters in terms of how the MMR plays out. So Knight is going to dive in on here, hitting the brakes a few different times. Luke trying to grab it in for that anchor dunk, but Ice keeping it out of that trap, or out of the goal and into the trap as it's picked by Tater. Tater Tots had that shot earlier on, looking for a clear now. Trying to get their stacks all up in alignment. Tater Tots and NZ West arrive in there, but some time to spare. It's Knight with a recovery. 2 in the deep back line and the deep blue. Ice has the disc. Another interception followed by an interception followed by the mail slot, but no collection on the 3-point hit. It's an NZ West once again from the trench. So trench to the midfield. I think, you know, that's another thing I want to point out too when they do the VOD reviews here for the Sirens is, positioning was right. That shot not too shabby, but Luke with a little nabby. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see in terms of the team keeping the gas on the pedal, not being content with being up by 14 points. They're still going to play hard. They're still going to play up until that buzzer defensively. And then a good shot here, stun here, save, and clear. Tater, Tots, and West. And so what I was saying was just the stacks, right? They've got some of the positioning on the offense. Their passes may be coming in with a little too much heat, making it hard to catch, number one. And then the second thing, just a little bit slower to some of the boosts. Like you'll notice some of these, like a lot of these players here on Tyro's side and in some of our streams earlier tonight, they are just pouncing and they are bouncing on that shot for the 3. Knights off the backboard, good touch. So anyway, yeah. Another reason, as I said, I'm glad to stream teams of all ranks up and down the ladder, and makes for good things to review over. Because we're seeing some right concepts from Sirens, just the mechanics of some of it. Being able to slow it down a little bit more, not put as much heat on the passes, and then being able to understand that the very split second that disc is not in your possession anymore, the very second as that shot goes out. Oh, wait 1 second there. A lot of clutter. Recognizing like the very second the shot goes out or a clear goes out, you immediately have to turn around and look for someone to grab, whether it's an opponent or a teammate. But basically, you're always wanting to maximize everything you're doing. If you're ever caught kind of watching the disc at any point float away or be cleared, that's where you get in danger, because the teams like Tyro, who are very good with pouncing on those recoveries and already stacking before the clear even goes, that's going to give them so many more opportunities and just help them constantly feel like they're confident, because even when they miss shots or even when they miss passes or miss clears, they're confident enough in being able to recover first most of the time. And stuff like that makes the difference for sure. But that said, impressive effort there from Tyro NA. They are going to improve their record now to 6-4. Very respectable job for sure. I mean, they were looking, even in the moments where it got a little crazy and they were missing a few close-range goals, by that point they were already up by a lot. I mean, on the whole, they were looking pretty confident and solid in their game. For the Sirens here, they will fall to 3-7. But as I said, there are some good takeaways, I think, just in terms of their positioning and some of their concepts. I think mechanics is all it comes down to, and being quicker with some of the communication and the stacking. But it's those small things, right? And those are the things that took all us OGs like Shepard or like me. So that's what took us many months, if not really years, to learn some of the more nuanced parts of the meta and actions per minute. You know. Anyway, that was my education, and then the chat. It's Doc Education. How's it going, man? Good to see Doc in there, shouting again out our casters as well as our production leads earlier on. So glad to see Doc as always. Appreciate you, and Shepard as well. Red System and Bolttoon, and Raijin as well. Jake Fox VR, Pyro Games UK. Ace, thank you again also for the hydration there, and Whispers for the subscription about half an hour ago. Cool Whip. Cool Whip? What you doing there, Cool Whip? You got another cast for me, Cool Whip? I do not, though, because this is the last one of the day. So, that said, ladies and gents and Echo Units United, I've been Palidore. It's been fun. I'm gonna shout out Nolan there for the subscription at Tier 1. 2 months now. Thank you to Nolan. Right before I get going. So appreciate our casters and our mods. Of course. Appreciate that supremely. Buns. It's been fun. So yeah, later on again, there's some OCE games. I'd say check the schedule, like for our OCE folk, because there's several of you in the chat there. Check like in like 4 hours, because the matches are still like 6 or 7 hours away. So I'll know how zombie-like I am in like 4 or 5 hours from now. And yeah, there's a chance I'll take some of those matches though, just to close off the week and the cycle. So stay tuned. But for the rest of our folk, especially in North America, who no doubt will be sleeping by that point, minus a select few, as well as EU, thank you. I've been Palidore. This has been VRML. Shout out to Luke and for casting earlier and for playing and winning the match right here. Shout out to our great mods, Nolan for the sub, Whispers for the sub. And yeah, to you guys, all of the love. Be happy, be healthy, be safe, and be good to each other. I'm gonna push this button, roll the credits, and then, and only then, I'm gonna see you again probably soon. Have a good one.
And we're underway.
Season 4 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, VRware, Rebuff Reality, VR Cover, and ProTube VR.